Welcome back to Elevation Perspective. My name is Mark, and today I am asking the question, why is Gunther the WWE World Heavyweight Champion once again? This story has to start with Jey Uso. We saw the Yeet title reign end after just 51 days this Monday night on Raw. Listen, I was not the biggest fan of Jey Uso in the world title picture. But WWE chose to do this. They gave Jey the Rumble win, they gave him the Mania win, having him tap out Gunther. Now it seems like they kind of came to their senses a little bit and realized, alright, this was a nice moment, but it's time to get that belt off of Jey. But what a terrible way to take it off of Jey, in my opinion. I was 100% fine with Jey dropping the title, but to drop it back to Gunther on Raw clean just undid everything they've done with Jey over the last 5 months dating back to that Rumble win. We've seen this blueprint before with a quote-unquote tag team guy having the fans get behind him, getting that push into the main event spot. The first name that comes to mind here is certainly Kofi Kingston, dating back to that Kofi Mania with Daniel Bryan. Kofi had his nice little run with the belt, had a few defenses, and got fed to Brock Lesnar on that Fox debut, and Kofi has not sniffed the title since. I anticipate a similar outcome here with Jey. Of course, Jimmy doesn't have much going on right now. The tag team division on Raw is pretty bad. It feels like the most logical conclusion here is Jey and Jimmy reunite and take the belts from the New Day. And that's okay. Like I said, I wasn't crazy about Jey and Yeet Mania with the belt. I always kind of envisioned him holding it until around SummerSlam, then dropping it to the next guy. But to just give it back to Gunther is so lazy and just so boring. Gunther was world champion for 259 days before dropping it to Jey. And to be completely honest, it was a pretty boring title reign. Is that all Gunther's fault? No. He was given some not very exciting competitors and some uninspiring storylines. But that certainly doesn't install confidence in them getting it right just 2 months later. Then we have the other wrinkle in this situation. This past Saturday at Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins won the ladder match, earning a title shot whenever he sees fit. I think there was a lot of speculation that Seth would cash in on Monday night at the conclusion of the Gunther-Jey Uso match. But they chose to not do that. There were no shenanigans at all on Monday. It was just a clean Gunther victory. Now the hot rumor is Goldberg is taking on Gunther in his retirement match sometime soon. I understand the draw here. Goldberg is a big name, it's a retirement match, but why on earth does this impending feud or match need the world title? I do think there is a pretty good chance here Seth Rollins will cash in after the Goldberg and Gunther match. But I don't think that has anywhere near the same emotional impact as it would have had if Seth cashed in on Jey Uso. Jey was the plucky underdog who lived out this incredible Cinderella story to overcome the odds. Gunther has been a champion basically the entire time he's been on the main roster, and they have pretty much proven they don't know how to book him without a title. The heat that would have went on to Seth Rollins and his new faction for cashing in on a beaten down, exhausted Jey would have been tremendous. And while the internet wrestling community hates Jey Uso as world champion, he is still incredibly over at the arenas. To not have Jey be the one that Seth cashed in on is baffling to me. So just kind of fantasy booking or projecting this out, it feels like a lose-lose to me. Either Seth Rollins cashes in the Money in the Bank briefcase on Gunther after the Goldberg match, or we have another lengthy title reign from Gunther. Gunther is the exact same character he was just 2 months ago when he held that title for a very subpar or mediocre reign. The point being, it's either a very underwhelming cash-in, or we're in the exact same spot we were just in for the better part of a year. As I said in the beginning here, I was fine with Jey Uso's title reign coming to a close, but do something different here, even if it's another short-term or transitional champion. Put it on Logan Paul, Finn Balor, AJ Styles, Karrion Kross, someone who could take that belt and create an interesting storyline to enhance their character and most likely get cashed in on or drop it after a few weeks or months. And the next bit of revisionist history here is, if the plan was for Gunther to go over Jey and be the new champion, then why wouldn't they have LA Knight win the briefcase? LA Knight cashing in on Gunther would have been an incredible pop and an incredible moment for LA to win his first world title. He's been hovering around the upper mid-card and main event scene for years now. LA would have been a better choice than Seth in our current situation. We have to wait and see how this all plays out, of course. It's possible WWE Creative has a genius idea that I have not yet considered, and it'll make all of this make sense and look great. But with the information and evidence I have in front of me, I just don't agree with putting the title back on Gunther. Hopefully everyone enjoyed this video. I'm really interested to see the comments down below. Who feels the same as me and who feels the opposite? I think Gunther winning is a good idea. If you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe. Thank you for watching and have a great day.